Did I say I like butterflies? Figure review time. And in today's video, we are reviewing the SH Figure Arts Shinobu Kocho. This figure, I'm pretty happy to get into this one. I'm happy to have her in the collection, but, you know, you gotta look at the figure, see how good she is. So, no longer intros this time, so let's get into the video. The box for this figure is your typical SH Figure Arts box, you know. Promos of the figure, you know. Just the typicalness you can get from the figure. It looks nice, it gets the job done. You got your legal warnings. Warning, choking hazard. Okay, I thought it was like chemical stuff. And now my SH Figure Arts boxes, I just say in pretty good condition because now my figures stay on the shelf. And, you know, we get, you know, promos of the figure back here. This. We'll get into this later. But time to get into the figure, baby. Here she is outside the box, and she looks great. I think this might be the best looking Shinobu figure ever. They got all the details nice. And also, I just want to do a quick complaint. The Buzzmud's face, it looks off. Like this face, you can easily tell that Shinobu with no hesitation. The Buzzmud's, jump scare warning. Okay, now back to your yearly scheduled program. The Figma did look better in my opinion, but I think did have some quality control issues to what I see. This looks great. I love the way this thing looks. The pattern on the whole Ori looks amazing. Honestly, really just no complaints with this figure overall. At least by looks though. She is extremely short though. I would get out a Giyu, but I got a surprise waiting for you all with the rest of the SHF Demon Slayer line. Which, it's a pretty big surprise. I'll make a whole video about it once it happens. But yeah, I think she looks great. They got the patterns nice. Ooh, wait, what's that? Can you guys see that on the camera? That is either from a few things. The figure came like this, and I got screwed over. But I do take my figures to school sometimes, so maybe that was just from it going like. I still think this figure looks great, but figures also need good posability, especially for the $150 price point. You know what this one on the box? One of that means? You paid a lot of money. That's what the one it means. Prepare to pay yourself a lot of money. I also realized this box is spoiling the accessories. But let's go over the articulation of the figure. Articulation's pretty good, you know, your standard Demon Slayer SHF line. Head moves, pretty nice all around. Pretty solid upwards, downward. Arms move this high up. Pretty nice. Swivel. Ooh, that's not that good. Let us show an example of why that kind of sucks. You might remember him from the previous review we did, and literally the last video I did this figure. The SHF Tanjiro, where look at that range. That's a lot more compared to this. Either I'm blind, I'm dumb, or this is actually just overall just worse a range. Soft goods will fix that though. Still too bad I don't have any. I cannot afford some soft goods for my Demon Slayer figures. But yeah. The arm still articulates good. Butterfly joints work pretty solidly. You can basically get a full quad. A little worse though. For the typical swivel, crunch is not that best. And of course, typical 3 Hori pieces fly up. Also, wait, dude. I don't know if she has a swivel. If you remember from Tanjiro's video, I'll try and put up. I'll put up what I mean. You can get a swivel here, which I feel like a lot. Legs move up this high, back, fine, spread, thigh swivel, knee range. Actually, most of it comes from the calf. Actually, still pretty good. Typical rocker. Toe joint, and yeah, figure articulation's pretty good. I might say it's a downgrade compared to like our previous release Zenitsu, which was just super articulated, especially with his leg. But yeah, this figure still articulates pretty well. but there were some limitations, mostly in the ab area when it comes to crunching down, or when it comes to articulation. It's pretty solid on this figure. But now let's get to what you're all excited for me to rant about, the accessories. Not even gonna sugarcoat it. This is all of them. Let's go over them real quick. Typical Nichiren sword looks really nice. I like the way this looks. I always kind of like that sword and like how it got the sheath, and of course you got the hilt to plug into it. Also, I recommend to be very careful. This is almost impossible to get on. Then of course we got your typical soul holding hands. We got fist. And of course, you got your mixed match hands. You got this one that made to hold the sheath, I guess. I don't know. Or I guess meant to hold or you could barely get the dough. And this more spread out one. Why didn't we not get this on the other side? This is the Yakuza thing, where you only had one karate chop hand for one side. I guess, screw us, I guess. And of course, we get three faces. We get this nice face plate. Probably making fun of Giyu. Well, let's be honest. She does that in her spare time. She wakes up in the morning wanting to make fun of that boy. This I guess angry, irritated one. Honestly, I feel like it looked a little better on the promos, but not a bad face whatsoever. Then we got probably my favorite one, the angry one. This face is really good. I really like this face. Now, kids, follow along with me. Tanjiro was 35, Nezuko and Giyu 75, Rengoku Akuza 80, Zenitsu 90, the Infinity Castle 70. This figure in America retails for $115. Is this $115 for you? No! Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't actually pay $115. I paid like $80. I still had to pay over $100 because I bought this alongside the Infinity Castle Tanjiro at the same time. But oh my god, this might be worse than Akuza. At least with Akuza, at least he didn't go into the triple digits. This goes into the triple digits. This is triple digits. You know what people complain about the Mafex Wolverine, about how he doesn't have many accessories for his price? Well, at least he has all the necessities for Wolverine. He at least has enough heads for Wolverine besides the screaming one, but hey, we still at least have an angry one. And that he doesn't have enough hands. But he still has the claws and two hands without them. And his articulation is still great. But oh my god. Also, you can find that guy on JP Fans for like $50. But oh my god, what is this? Like, they're not bad accessories, but if this was a $35 figure. But this is not. This is a $150 figure. I'm 15. But I am so glad I didn't pay because some people don't like the Yakuza for the simple reason of its price. This one, I think this is why I don't see many people add this one to their collection, because she doesn't have much. I made fun of the Buzzmon earlier, but that had effects. Yeah, it's SHF sword and faceplates, but what is this? Like, oh my god, this pisses me off. But yeah. That's the accessories. I've went on the rants before you. You guys don't need to rant again. Let's just get into the final thoughts of the figure with some posing. So for overall, my final thoughts on this figure, I like it. I think maybe out of all the SHF figures, it's either the first or second weakest in the line. It's with them and Nezuko for the weakest one in the line. I don't think it's better than Giyu, Rengoku, Tanjiro, and Zenitsu, but I still really like this figure. If she was lower price and came with more accessories, I think she would have been really good, like a 10 out of 10. But I still like the figure the way she is. I think she looks great. She definitely marks the buzz mod in my opinion. But yeah, this figure's still really good. I like it a lot, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all on my next video.